See what you're doing with that.
Oh. Right. Good. Right.
Where's your fighter?
He's in there. At the back, the top corner here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Let's look at the player pools. Let's see if there's still people here. There might be.
Right.
There might not be.
So, which one is it we're doing first? Do I do the 2 pros or the CL?
We will give people a chance to turn up and see who makes that call first. How about that? Because there was some people, and then my friend dumped 100 odd people on us, so there was 120 people as I finished the game, so they missed out on a really good game, which is unfortunate for them and for me, but never mind.
Where's your little penguins from?
They're in there somewhere.
Oh, the little one. Who's our little tiny one?
He's in this tank somewhere.
Look at me.
I thought she was talking about me for a second there.
No, you're not a penguin, my friend.
I'm the little tiny one.
Well, there is this. Why is this going so slow? Let's do that. We have 4 people. So the question is for the peoples. What pool do they want done next? Because that's what we're asking. What pool do you want done next? First come, first serve.
Maybe so, and a couple of watchers.
We have got a few.
Oh, I'll be one of them.
You're
You're probably another one, so...
Well, it's saying 6. That's you know.
That's gone up.
Yeah. Let's export that video to YouTube. Done. Or doing, as the case may be. Jump back to the channel. Let's see who's in there. Oh, we've got a few people. So the question is, guys, who wants to shout out the first player pool, or we'll decide for us? Let's go to the MML. DLC fun. That's the one it's going to be. DLC fun. There we go. So who we got? We've got Blue Max in here with his high elves. We've got Cav with his woodies. Broomfire, I believe that says, with his orcs. We got, that's the wife saying goodbye night. Ogres with, I can't read that. Is that Talmizin or something like that? Yeah. Humans with Goran. I think they're writing small, so I do apologise.
Yeah, that's going on.
Undead with Stevie, Chaos Dwarfs with Carrot, and Nurgle
Chaos Dwarfs
with...
are no longer in.
Are they not? Which one?
The Chaos Dwarfs.
What, Carrot's ones?
Yeah.
So what's going in their place?
At the moment, I do not know. There'll be someone called up, I would imagine, but the big boss man is currently on a flight, so he won't be able to deal with any of that side of things for the next few hours.
Well, what? Why is Carrot not in here? Is that something we can say? I thought that was only from Blitz.
He got into it with Peach earlier, and is now no longer part of the league.
Oh, I see. Enough said on that anyway. Right, let's progress. Let's start with the High Elves. Red Die Redemption, I believe that says. Blue Max. I like Blue Max. Blue Max is a good coach. One moment. Billy the Kid. So this is very White Earp, Doc Holliday. So this is very much a cowboy type theme. I like that. I like themes to teams. What we got? 2 throwers. Interesting. 1, 2 blitzers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got all the positionals. He's just gone positional crazy and just had everything.
So I've got 14 players on the team, so even with the 2 missed next game,
Yeah.
it's not looking at any genuine.
No genuine. I mean, that one catcher, the very agile one, is sweet. The other one with the movement bust, I think it's the fact that he's got 500,000 skills gained, that sure side at dodge, block, that makes him, you know, of massive value to the team. He's playing quarterback almost. He can catch the high kicks. He's not getting strip balled. He's a nice asset. Shame he's injured. Doc Holliday with a niggle, and the Wild Bill Hitchcock with a niggle on a guard. That's unfortunate to see. Makes me sad.
Yeah, with a guard high elf, they generally do get niggled, I think.
Yeah, as for those that watched my last game, you have to put elves in contact, and when you do that, they get hit. That's just one of those things, I'm afraid. What can you say?
Okay, I've just seen the chat though, it looks like Palicodos is a sub, but as I believe he's German, I don't think he would be going into the West play pool that easily. But
Hang on,
I suppose it depends on numbers.
Just replying to my previous opponent because he was just saying how my block dice were bad, and I said, but I got the luck elsewhere, so I'll take it. Agility 5 throwers are very nice, especially on a high off team with a safe throw. I like that. I'm not a big fan of high off teams, I will be honest, but this team looks fairly solid, and it's built really nice.
He's got a lot of players that are quite close to leveling as well.
Yeah.
To get those extra skills to protect the players.
The thing that stands out to me is there's no immediately massively standout players that say, look at me, I'm amazing. You've got, like, our throw we said was good. We've got these 2 injured catchers which are good. But the team just seems all round and solid. I like it. This team's going places. I approve. Now let's have a look at Cav and his Wood Elves. I love Wood Elves.
The only complaint I've got on that team is just the number of players.
Yeah, I think 13's probably sweet spot, or maybe 12 or 13, but 14 if you're taking the casualties or the hits. It looks like, let's go back to his team, if you was to be playing TV efficient, I think you wouldn't be having 2 throwers. There's absolutely no reason for it at all. The 4 catchers I can see, so you could drop a thrower straight away if you wanted to be TV efficient. It looks with 0 bank he's just bought in a transfer. You could possibly drop a lineman. I don't know. You know, to be TV efficient, which brings you down to the 12. You know.
And he's got 3 rerolls with the leader as well, so
it looks like it's, you know, 1 season in, 857. Obviously you can't join from the farm at that, I don't think, at 1540. Maybe you can, I don't know. The most is 100k, no. So no. Right, let's go on to Cav. Cavalier Archers. He believe this is a returning team, because last season I believe I played him.
Especially with TV, yeah, it looks like it's played 1 season.
Look at those War Dancers. Wow. 2 Agility 5 War Dancers is golden. I said yesterday that massive stat ups is bad, but you look across the rest of this team, the team can support it. Only 2 catchers. I like 4 eventually, but they're both blodge steppers. Again, the movement 9 is massive. Tree
got
man.
leader on that as well.
He's got leader on where? On the thrower.
One of the catchers.
Leader on a catcher? Why would you do that?
Has he got leader on
He
the
has.
thrower as well?
Well, you know what that's all about, don't you? Means that one of them's likely to get injured, and so the other one's carrying it just in case. You've got to remove 2 players to get rid of leader. And going into the second half, one of them might be off. You still got your leader.
Quite like that.
Yeah, when I very first started playing, yes, Blue's saying he's got a lot of bash in the league. A lot of bash in the league, so that's why the extra players, which makes sense. He's building for that league, which is good coaching. When I first started playing, I took 2 leader players once, thinking that I might get 2 rerolls out of it. That's very way back at the beginning, but I can't see that Cav would do that unless it's an experiment. Both these players have been on the team for a long time.
Came with skills or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, what's the thrower? Long shot has got Hail Beers. By all means, anyone who wants to join us, we've got room for 1. It's always fun when there's 3 of us. And I know Beers likes talking shit, so join us, my friend.
Also means you don't have to listen to me as much.
Well, we don't listen to you much anyway. You might be talking, we're just not listening.
I think London learned that the hard way yesterday.
Yeah, he sent you his fluff. The tree is rookie. No issues there. Beers wishes he could, but he can't. Does he wish he could? Fenrir's from Thunden's team, he believes.
Okay. So yeah, he took in the 1-turner.
Yes, he brought in a 1-turner, which happens to come with leader. But it does give leader for a while. So, you know, you could potentially play throughout. If leader's gone, it's gone. But if the player goes down injured, you've still got leader. So, trying to justify a skill duplicate that's not needed. I like this team. It could do with another catcher, in my view. But what do I know about Wood Elves? The kick.
I think it's probably just taking a few beatings as Wood Elves do.
Yeah, kick wrestle's nice. It's got the base skills to be able to support the stat-ups, I think. 1700 TV.
Yeah, he's got skills across everyone, so he can...
Yeah, long shot is a transfer from the season before.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the green meat and our orcs. Again, no bank. It's not likely they're going to need it as much, but the first of the smashers and the bashers. A bit of frenzy, only 2 tackle. That could cost him. I'd like to see more tackle across the blitzers, but you know, he has got
and frenzy on the tackle. It will count quite a lot more.
He has also got a piling on player, so those players without dodge.
Black Orc.
Yeah, that's just sick. Dive and tackle Black Orc. That's going to catch a few elves out.
I love
it. Drunken Monk's impressed with the kit colour. The green and the black.
Just Monk to enjoy that kit colour.
Yeah.
And I like that he's got the movement up in the thrower.
Yeah, I like the frenzy tackle mighty blow is going to be very useful against teams we've seen. So is the piling on mighty blow. That guy needs tackle and he's not terribly far away. That could be devastating. The diving tackle guy could be upsetting. Yeah, it's an orc team. It's getting built. It's still early days in the development.
Okay.
Oh, let's get blue in. Let's get Blue Max in. One moment, guys. It's his player pool after all. There we go. Invite has been sent. Invite has been sent. Yeah, it's orcs. What can you say? I mean, you do the grindy bashy stuff better than I do. We've got 13 players. Well, yeah, it's further than I go.
Okay. You hear me all right?
Hi, Blue. How are we doing?
I can hear you fine.
All right.
I
You hear me
think
okay?
yes, yes. I don't know about the group. Somebody in the group would tell me that they can hear you. I'm sure of it.
Monk
13
hears, can you hear
players,
Blue?
13 players on an orc team. I think it's
Oh,
maybe a couple too many. Well, one too many. Um,
well, when one of them's the goblin, it's
yeah, he's one turn option. Looks going to get eaten.
it's
Maybe.
not.
Maybe it's a
It's
fouling option too, though. See, that's not so bad.
Yeah,
Ta
he's got a goblin for prowling, probably.
yeah, monk can hear you, so that's all good.
and he's missing the thrower, so it saves putting the goblin
Yeah,
on when he doesn't want to.
yep, and that brings him up to 1740 TV. It's an orc team. It's not where it wants to be yet, I don't think. You cut a
It's not
player.
far off it.
No, you cut a player. The goblins say he's up to 1700 TV. You can maybe go a bit further, and you know that's 5-10 skills on top for 1900 TV. That's a big difference to where we're at now. And you look at those
He's
Black
got
Hawks, they're not far off it. Two of them, three of them.
that Blitzer at the bottom, Black Orc,
Yeah.
and the two middle ones aren't far, just one MVP.
Well, Monk's convinced 13's a lucky number. He's been told that. And our level 5 Goblin was eaten last season. That's never good.
The Meat Men 17 Warrior.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Goblin lasting to level 5 is quite a miracle.
Well, let's jump on to Ogres. These guys can smash anything. Who's playing them? Tarn Mizzen. Did I play Tarn last season? No, it was a different Ogre team.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Tackle. Ogre.
Block
That
tackle
is
Ogre is horrendously amazing. He could have so much fun if this playable.
Well, he's got leader on a Nobler.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you'd do that. Leader on a Nobler. He's just
He
gonna
might
die.
survive on a pitch.
Well,
somehow.
maybe his job is just to use the first reroll and that's it. He's got leader and diving tackle. That's amazing. Because if he goes down from a diving tackle, nobody's going to foul a goblin, are they? Snotlings, rather. But he's got a valuable skill.
Yeah.
I see the argument of fouling that particular one, but I probably wouldn't.
No, I can't see any reason why you would foul that.
Usually you don't, waste a foul on a goblin.
No. That
So I was
could
playing
be
goblins, yeah.
sneaky, clever. Two blocking ogres, very nice. Keep the boneheads away from these guys, and you're laughing.
You've got, what, break tackle on all of it?
Yeah.
So he's got the Wood Elves first.
Wood Elves first, you say? What's his statistics
Yeah.
like? 5, 7, 16. So not far. He plays at Old Trafford.
Probably his most difficult game, just because of their speed.
I think both elf teams are going to cause him problems because they can get round the ogres to hit the little guys. And once no numbers come on your side, it's, you know, you're just waiting them for the ogre to bonehead. I've played ogre teams where they don't bonehead, and it's a real massive problem as an elf coach. But when one does, or one or two do, and it opens that gap. But it depends on where he's carrying. If he's carrying with an ogre, then that creates another issue.
It's going to be the initial start
Yeah.
of the drive that's going to be the problems if they start on offense. It's all their hits. They all got mighty blow also.
If you're going to beat this team, it's one in the last 4 turns. When numbers are down, rerolls are gone, and you know it gets to crunch time. I think.
But the mass diving tackle could surprise some people.
Yep. Although, why would you run away from a snotling or a nobbler? You just punch him.
Yeah, but
punch
there's
him.
multiple of them on the ball carrier.
Yeah, you just 3 dice him in the face and say, "I'll deal with you next time." Although they're incredibly hard to put down, they really are difficult to put down. And then armor 5 is like
That
almost
dog and
invincible.
sidestep.
Yeah, yeah, they can be a real pain. But you can't screen so well with them either because you just run through them. Who's up next? Humans. Kerwent, I remember this team. This team's been around for donkey's years. And Kerwent's actually not that far from my house, where I live, in Wales. And we've had discussions about King Arthur and the Round Table and all the rest of it.
He must have, he may have read the stories or something like that.
Quite possibly.
This is quite
And because my
disgustingly nice
understanding
looking
is
team.
from over here in the United States.
Yeah, well, King Arthur's legend was from before the time when the English lived on this land. So he would have been a Celt. So what we got?
Now, the thing, I've heard a rumor that he may end up quitting the leagues, but I don't know for sure. My first game is against him, and he actually is a very well balanced team. I was looking at
It's
Yes.
yeah. I mean, you're looking at
A lot of stat-ups, but it's got the protection for the stat-ups.
yeah, the team builders. I think is what it's got. 3 players with no skills. You're gonna stick those on the line of scrimmage. The blitzing quartet looks amazing. And they can peel, 2 of them can peel away just as easy as anything, and open up passing options.
Why did he take break tackle on the AG4?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on that. That's he must have.
That must
I
have been a
just wonder if he
misclick.
misclicked it. Yeah, I'd have to ask him something like that because they're thinking that he had strength 4 or something like that. But
But even then,
I got something like that.
I'm not sure break tackle on a strength 4 player when your agility 3 is worth the 50k. Oh, sorry, the 30k.
But still, yeah.
It's a blitzer, so it's a normal skill, so it's 20k.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a normal skill, it's still 20k. Still not sure. That's a bizarre one, that is. Hopefully go on and watch this and they'll let us know. Cav, you did, unfortunately. We give you a bit of love because they're Wood Elves and we love Wood Elves. But we'll pop back and discuss those. I do. Yeah. I like this team. This team fills me with excitement.
Ogre's got block as well.
Yeah. Ogre's where it needs to be now. Ideally, he wants to, whilst he does want to cause casualties, he doesn't want to cause too many. He doesn't want to go up levels. He just wants to sit there, nice and trim on the TV. Maybe go out and get stand firm.
Nice as well.
Stand firm would be good, I think. Right, let's move on. Undead. Monster Mash.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Mash is the Monster Mash. Yes, the replay will be up on YouTube and obviously on the channel anyway. 2 mummies, 1, 2 whites, 1, 2, 3, 4 ghouls, the rest zombies. 14-man team. Wow. 14 men means he's going to be sticking in the boot, and he's got a ghoul that might as well be a vampire.
He's got those 2 whites as well that are both brilliant.
Yeah, movement 8 ghouls, very nice.
Mummy.
This team's scary. Not for where it's at now, but its potential is good.
And that other mummy gets a couple of levels, and the ghouls get some stuff to protect themselves.
Well, the thing I'm seeing with this is your ghouls, all bar one of them, have got no real protection. And granted, number 6 is looking after himself to a certain degree, but what's protecting them? The team's being carried by these whites, and the mummies being where they need to be. Ah, Nurgle won over Orcs and Chorse won over Undead. 2-0. Chorse beat the Undead. I thought said the Chorse weren't playing.
They played their first game, and that's
Aha.
gone.
I see. I see. Riff Shoes United. I see. Yes, right. I'm caught up, I understand. So yeah, interesting. Zombie with Wrestle down here. What's he got with it? So clearly this guy, dirty player. Interesting, I'll block the dirty player and wrestle somebody else. Then you wrestle them down and kick them with the dirty player. but it's definitely got some fouling in this team.
Just needs to hope the Lily doesn't hog all the SPP away from the other two.
Well, the whites could do.
I was just meaning Lily scoring all the touchdowns,
Yeah.
taking it away from
Well,
Marilyn and Tim Crawler.
I think Lily needs to almost let 3 touchdowns go with the other 2, and then just power through and get that skill to get the block. Block sure hands, and then you've got an absolute beast made. But that's a long way away. That's a long way away. That team's in the making for me. It's not quite there yet. We're going to skip past the Chaos Dwarfs. Now let's have a look and see what these rest of this league is going to miss out on. Has much changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarves, 6 dwarfs, 5 dwarfs. Look at that. 4 claws with Mighty Blow on all of them.
No, it's 6 dwarfs.
Oh yeah, 6 ones. He's got some dive and tackle and tail, which is nice to see, and he's got ball centaurs that he's buying in almost at legendary. Yeah, I don't think anybody in the league's going to miss that. In this league anyway, this division. Let's have a look at the Nurgle. Let's have a look at Nurgle. Couple of injuries. Look at the stat bus all over. Beast Nurgle's lost movement. Is it time to sack that beast when it's got movement down? Or is it time to see
not
what
really,
it gets when it goes up?
Doesn't move, he just stays
Yeah,
there.
he just
When he
walks up and then
levels up, he gets stand firm, and it's just a pain in the ass.
I would say, depending on the rest of the team, its development, there is room for argument that if he doesn't pick up this block, for example, on his next roll, that you could recycle and bring in a new one, a new rookie potentially.
I'd rather recycle the armor down Nurgle Warriors.
Yeah, but when the block Mighty Blow, that's a transfer replacement, I think. The claw, possibly another transfer replacement, I don't know.
He's still got 8
ball
armor.
carrier
So.
there, that lodge.
I mean, the strength 4, he's got one guard on the team. He needs more guard for a bashy side. I think that's a route that I see a lot of bash coaches go. They go straight for fair play. You went block first, but they're looking at Mighty Blow killing skills before guard. Guard wins games. Guard also stops as many blocks coming in and generates more blocks going out, and that in turn helps you guys level up. I know Mighty Blow's obviously going to work a bit, claw as well, but I think I'd like to see more guard in this team, because that could protect those 2 armor 8s a lot better. Number 6 is looking tasty. Kick off return, blodge, extra arms. What more do you need? Sure hands? Needs a finished article.
Hands, yeah.
Yeah, sure hands would be a nice addition to that.
And he's only
Protect
7
him from
points away.
strip ball.
He'll get those 3 touchdowns in the first couple of 3 games. No issues.
I like that horns on a rotter. That'll surprise some people.
Yes, it will. Yeah, it will. Very peculiar choice, but I like it. Apparently, Nurgle's dodged away from the diving tackle 4 times. That's epic. But then I suppose you've got to with all that claw going about. Why would you not want to? So the question for you is, obviously, we know Carrot's not finishing top because he's not going to be playing. Who will finish top? Come on, Blue.
Yeah, Carrot.
How much faith did you?
Really dangerous.
Yeah.
Would have been my next game. That's why Carrot actually players, because he had all that claw that would just go through my armor. But
And the claw tackle, Mighty Blow makes it horrible for elf teams, for armor 8 elf teams, because you've lost all your advantages. At least if it's an orc team with tackle, you've still got your armor. But who are you fancying to win this show?
Unfortunately, Blue I'm going with Cav, with yourself coming a close second.
Interesting. See, I put in the Kawent in the mix because I like what they've got. I just like what they've got. They might struggle with the higher strength, but I think they're
It's
the
a
team.
fantastic team. But
I think the arrows
record isn't the best.
No.
Unless
520.
teams becomes devastated through the play pool,
Yeah, I think that's the archers, cavalier archers. What else can always do magic? Drunken monks are hoping that he does. Those dancers can carry any team. With that, he's got 70k in the bank. He can look to start recycling players and doing what he needs to because they can carry it. But again,
he's not really got anyone that he needs to recycle.
Just the strength on his war dancers is one thing.
Yeah, and the
movement down on the catcher is frustrating, but it's not disastrous.
Blues high elves as well.
Movement down on the kick as well.
Yeah, I like the Kerwent, Athlon Avengers and the Red Die Redemption.
Kerwent, like I said, there's a balanced team, and they have some players that they can.
I think for this player pool, Kerwent has got what it takes to be able to deal with the elf teams, to deal with the ogres, the undead, and the Nurgle and the orcs. The issue they're going to have is when they come across the Bashir side. They're still armor 8, they're still humans. They can still get busted. But I'd like to see them make a push for it, and the other spot will go to one of the two elf teams, high elf or wood elf teams. A lot of people are shouting for Blue and Cav in the chat. So it's the running that decides it. Unfortunately, finishing bottom of the pool as I see it, the ogres are up against it. The two elf teams and the humans could run rings around them. In a straight up fist fight, they don't really want to be going against the likes of the orcs or the Nurgles, because they're the two teams that potentially can deal with the ogres.
Yeah, and we don't know who the replacement team
is going to struggle until they get some guard.
The chance that replacement team will end up in the
well, this is it. Replacement team makes a massive difference. He could change the characteristics of the entire division. If it's a halfling or a goblin team, not so much. You know, if it's lizards, it plays into the wood elf hands a little bit. If it's dwarves, all of a sudden it takes away from the wood elves a bit. So it'll be interesting to see. I'll be wondering who the boss picks up. Interesting times. So which division's next? We've got two to choose from, I believe.
Yep, there's the DWF4 or the ILNSC.
Right, that's IL, is it? Should we do ILNSC?
So, the green kit on the orcs will help them hide on the grass.
Oh, we were asking for SPQR next, and he's in the chat. Let's do that. Let's just change things, because I know that's inconvenient.
Who's SPQR?
SPQR's the name of a team, I would believe.
Oh, is it?
Bringing SPQR next season.
All right, well, let's go back to what you said. ILNSC, there we go. There we go, right. Drop that out of the way. Teams, who we got? Whiskey Tornado and his Chaos. Is it Resnor and his Wood Elves? Chase and his Norse. Hez and his Necro. Kenry with Teddy Tom. Teddy Toms. Is this a pro league? I'd like to hope so.
Yes, this is pro.
Yeah, he's been in there for a while too.
This is it.
He has one of my transfer players.
He's part of the woodwork, isn't he? Fox and his wood elves, Umph and his dwarves, and I can't see what that is. Box or something. These
Bort.
dark elves.
All
Bort.
and Fox and Bort are the two guys that have come up from the CL.
So let's start.
All these teams are solid too. This
Yeah.
is gonna really be a tough one.
Well, let's start with
I
tornado.
played practically all these guys.
Tornado. Look at that. I like that. I look at his team, the team picture, the blue and you know the eye there. There's definitely the Eye of Zinch going on with the tails and stuff. I like that. Extra heads. That looks cool.
Yeah.
That looks cool. What's saying?
Well, this is quite a battered team, but a magnificent one at that.
Listen,
It's got the one killer.
He'll be missing one of the first games. Yeah, it's one of his guard players.
Gone for the Stackle Tail approach, it seems.
Yeah, it's an interesting team. That Beastman that's got the tackle number 6 needs replacing. He's just busted. I can see where he's going with him, but do you know what? I don't know. He just needs to be replaced. I suppose you could potentially leave him on the team.
On him and just let him die.
Yeah, leave him on the team because you've got other players that can be filled up and replaced first. Beers is loving the Chaos Nation. This is an old team, if I recall. Level 3 stadium. 38, 26, 46. That's a lot of games played. You know, part of the woodwork. And Whiskey's a top guy too. Itchy, the 7348. Yes. Couple of points off going up, so he's going to be looking at scoring soon. Number 2, Matt. Look at Matt. A legend in our making. In 12th year, so this guy could be capable of retiring very soon. We got a YouTube clip. What's the YouTube clip, me man? Tell us a little bit about it. What I will say,
scoring or something like that.
What I will say is, a leaping orc. There we go. Yesterday we reviewed NTB's Skaven, and we talked about the gutter runners. One of them being rookie, one was close to retire. He played last night, and the gutter runner did indeed retire. Poor bugger. So
yeah, they have to review. Yeah.
Yeah, he played one game, had the review, and then said, "Sod this, I'm off." Off into the sunset, spend his money with his little measy friends.
So that's 3 legendary players I think he lost between.
Yeah.
No, 4.
Right?
4 legendary lost in 9 games.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's have a look at some wood. I love wood elves. Wood elves are good. And they have a tree. This makes me happy.
Buttons needs to go.
Pardon?
He's so glorious, he needs to
He's been
go.
around a while, and he's finally won his championship.
Oh, the tree man, the player will soon be old enough to retire.
So,
played
you know, I've seen
101
this
games.
3 players
Yeah.
just score, you know.
Well, that tree man's beautiful. Look at him. The extra movement. I mean, he's getting up every turn. So you takes away the point of knocking him down. In the game I just played, the guy put my tree down a few times. He stood up once or twice, but it's a big play because it takes away not only your offensive screen but on defense. But that guy is beautiful.
I love the war dancer as well. Apart
Yes.
from the name.
Yeah,
Return of the iPad.
this is a new. I think he lost one of his war dancers last season.
Is where you want. Look at that, piling on. Dauntless as well. That's just horrendous. Not only is he killing little guys. War dancers normally like to pick on the little guy. They love hitting strength 2 dodge guys because they can ruin their days. And then this guy's going to go picking on big guys too. Beast.
Yeah.
What a beast.
Greased up deaf guys, also another guy that could retire.
How far? Fuck it, it's not far from hitting legendary.
Yeah, he's been close to the. I think he's been saved by the apothecary a few times too.
Well, he's only in season 6 of his career. Chucking Awesome's obviously producing a replacement for him as we speak, should we say. What is nice is if you've got a pair of throwers, put catch on one of them and sure hands on the other. So if you're running, you go with one build, and if you want to chuck it, you can hand off or pass the ball to the throw-in thrower. That I've done before. That's good fun. You look at this team, it's just occurred to me, every player is a positional, so he's relying on the front line being loners, which isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, he's done that.
He's done
quite
that for
often.
seasons.
Yeah, and it
always
I
works.
think he's been doing that since I joined the MML.
Yeah.
It
Like
works.
I said, I've seen him where he 3 guys on the field.
Yeah.
The other team's trying to stop him and they can't.
No, that works. That's a good team. Let's have a look at the Norse. Now, Chase and Norse. Norse love beating up on elves. We all know this. Let's see what they can do. And if the Yeti's on form, he'll beat up big guys too.
Chase, yeah, really is really one of the top Nars coaches.
Where's the
He's just a
Yeti?
top coach. His
Yeah.
positional play is fantastic.
40, 13, 36. So he's got a positive record. And Norse in a perpetual league tend to drift off at the end, so that's a big plus. Those Ulfs are beautiful. Look at them. Is it close to retiring? 10 years play. He's not even looking at retiring yet. 2 beautiful Ulfs.
And you talking about surf? There's the Surf City here.
Yeah.
He surfs so many players.
Look at that runner. Wowzers. Han Yolo. He's got a niggle, but he's only played 7 seasons.
Yeah, he's one of the newer guys to the team comparatively. The newer guys, but he's been really the guy that's been doing all the scoring.
Yeah, I mean, he's got accurate. I'm not sure when he would ever want to use that.
Yeah, I think he changed his after he got all the other things. He kind of changed his thought
Approach.
about how to use them. You know?
Yeah,
But there's also having it with accurate and 84. The pass play is something that you always have to be aware of, even if it's
Yeah.
unlikely.
but it could be just a throw the ball away and get rid of it. I've done that many times. But it's interesting, no Yeti. No Yeti. It doesn't look like the
Yeah,
team needs
I'm
one. But
thinking he may have been killed. I'm not for sure if anybody remembers last season.
yeah,
but, yeah.
because easy access to
I think
claw.
one game he took a pretty good beating by somebody.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's move on. Let's have a look at Necros. Hez and his Necros. Hez is a good coach. This player pool is full of talent.
Oh yeah, I said this
And
this
old
is
school talent as well.
yeah.
He's missing the Flesh Golem for the first game. That's a big ask because those two control the pitch. It's Werewolves. I think I've played this team because I remember a strength
Last
for a
time we
werewolf.
played him, he would have had Blue which I believe was
Yeah, Blue Fur is
Strength four?
the old guy. I remember when he came in
he
with
died
these guys.
last season.
Yeah, Blue Fur
Yeah, I
was the
remember a
top
strength
guy.
4. What I'm seeing is a running theme though. Is these teams have got no cash. They have spent out proper. Only one
Now,
goal.
Necrophilia moved up from the CL. They had dropped out a league. I think it has tried a different
Hez
team.
took a break.
and
Yeah.
came back,
I don't
yeah.
think it was just a different team. He took a full-on break for a while.
Yeah.
This slower white needs replacing. Tackle, dodge, guard, but movement down twice.
Did plan on replacing it, but then the werewolf got taken out.
Yeah.
So
I think he's in a position with the 2 wolves and the other white that when he's got the cash, he could potentially bring in a rookie, and the others can support it for a while. But if we're heading the end of the season and things are healthy, there's also a transfer option maybe.
Would you not take on a second goal first?
I don't know, if you can get a good transfer white in, one goal will do. You can also, I mean, judging by the names he gives his goals, sacrifice 5, it makes you wonder what purpose they serve on his team. But I think a rookie goal is easy. It's 2 scores and he's gone up a level, and you can just be ball carrier. So, you know.
But he hopes he's not like the ghoul that Sirius Jess had. He had a ghoul on his team that had trouble picking up the ball or doing anything on his team. He became so frustrated over his ghoul. But yeah, I think.
Do you know what's just occurred to me, Blue? It's just occurred to me, Blue, that the last time we've only played once, was when I had my lizards, and you put I think you had Kislev. Did you have Kislev? And you put your catcher in a place that was awkward, so I lightninged him and it killed him. And I never got to say sorry for that.
I think that was the turning point in the game when you lightninged him.
Well, he was in the way, so I know you said I had to do it. But yeah, I'm sorry for killing your guy. I know it was 4 seasons ago, but I finally got to remember, and there we go. So anyway, that was sidetracked. Who's next? Teddy and his Kemry. I like this team. Teddy's a part of the furniture. He used to do these shows. Where are they all gone? Only 3 Tomb Guardians.
Teddy is always in the game. I mean, he's and like I said with Teddy, I transferred ISIS over to him because I like the, and I says I put my Kemry team in the trophy case, and I says I got ISIS here, it'd be a good addition to his team.
I'm just looking at his throw raw. Even then, he's only played 9 seasons. It's got a couple of crosses in the wrong places, but do you know what? He can still make this work. The agility down the blitz raw, whoopie-doo, we don't care about that. The armour on the strength agility 4, it's a pain, but we can deal with that. This team is...
Yeah, Lonzo carried the ball. I know he's got the dodge and a block, so
yeah,
it's still to get hit and taken down is going to be a little bit difficult for someone to take down.
Putting down a strength 4 guy, and it's not like he's always stood in the open. The way Teddy plays is very tight. Positional play is very good.
Have them Tomb Guardians around him.
Yeah, the one thing that's going to hurt him this season is the 0 bank and only 3 Tomb Guardians. He does need that screen to hide behind. The rest of his team's armor 7, and they might have thick skull and they might be throwaway pieces, but you need them on the field. And pitch controls everything.
I think in the bowl game is where he got hurt. I think the team.
But even look at his record. 44, 17, 26. Very, very good. Very, very good. I like that team. Right, Fox and his Wood Elves. Another Wood Elf team. Let's have a look.
Fox is as tricky as a fox with this team. I've played him. He was in my playful last season.
He's got an injured War Dancer who's got a niggle. That's a shame. I think I remember reviewing this team, and we're talking about whether it was a good idea keeping the niggle or not. But when you've got movement 9 and agility 5, it's such a threat. Especially if strip ball and tackle are 2 skills. His days are numbered, but I tell you what, I think I said that last season.
In a blaze of glory.
I think I said his days were numbered before.
He was like scoring with him. That was his big score guy, You didn't have him.
I think the problem would be the strength
Yeah,
down on the floor,
I think
especially with the movement down.
I remember saying before about that war dance when his days were numbered, and he's been in the team a few seasons like that, but he's a quality dancer. The strength 4 guy is golden with Mighty Blow. Catchers and throwers are looking good. Thrower strength 2, I think, yeah, I remember talking about this team before, but he's got everything he needs to shift the ball without moving his feet.
Yeah,
Bit like
the
Jan
problem
Molby,
is
if you
when
remember
someone
him.
gets to
Yeah, the thrower just sits in the back and waiting
Yeah.
for the opportunity to throw his ball, so he's not concerned
Well,
about so much as moving the string.
one
he's hit.
reroll with leader.
He's hitting long bomb on 2s, so he doesn't care. With built-in
Yeah, he don't
reroll.
care about. He's usually close to the goal line on his end of the field.
Yeah.
Usually,
Which, if you're playing against Wood Elves, is horrible because you've got 2 options. You can try and deal with the Elves, which isn't a bad thing because you can gain numbers, but meanwhile the ball's safe and he's sitting at the back, and it will just kill the clock that way. Or you send a player or 2 after him, and he says, well, that's fine because I'm shifting this ball like this, and now you're out of position. So yeah, that's actually a really nice play. It's a shame he's picked up those injuries, but I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Strength is irrelevant for a thrower.
it's as long as he has his positionals, he's okay. He's losing linemen, it don't make any difference for
No.
him. Journeyman work just as well as his other linemen.
Yeah,
And
the
it's got
beautiful thing
2
with
one-turner attempts.
yeah, the beautiful thing with elves, any elf, is the lineman is a game winner. And I know we talk about Norse and dwarves, their linemen, come with block and tackle, and they're great out the box, even with loner. But the elf wins games. It's agility 4. I like that team. It's got too many injuries for my liking, but I do like that team.
The only bad injuries is the armor 6 and the one-turner and the strength down on the floor. The rest is fairly manageable.
Well, here could be their undoing in the dwarfs. This is your bag, isn't it, dear? Short, stunty little bastards. What we see in here? What in this lot gets you excited?
That runner.
He is sweet, isn't he?
Yeah,
Which
the
one?
runners.
Which one?
More so the movement up.
It's either or. It's he'll
The AG4 is
take
not
whoever
anything to dismiss either.
shot it.
Yeah, this team. It's got plenty of guile. I like to see that, as you know. The Longbeard strength 4. He's obviously a hitting piece, a blitzing piece on his own. This team's going to cause problems to those 2 elf teams if he's not careful. Troll Slayer, only 1, but he's going to go up level soon.
Yeah, he'll pick up a Troll Slayer as soon as he gets cash.
Yeah, he's got a kick on that. That's an interesting skill. I suppose you're not going to put a Troll Slayer on the line, and if you're running just the 1, he is very central.
Yeah.
I think tackle would have been a nice shout on him first, but I like that. That's interesting. It's one thing I find.
A lot of times he uses his Troll Slayers to take down the big guys.
Yeah. I do like doing the reviews as such. We get to see every single team, and you remember players and people's weird different combinations that you think, normally you know exactly what's going to come along, but it's interesting to see. Right,
He's
dwarves.
got one long beard with diving tackle.
Yeah, I just saw him. Took a look at him. He could catch people out.
I'm trying to remember. I saw during, I think it was during the playoff, one of the guys didn't notice that he had it. Got tripped up on it.
He can catch you out. Definitely can.
Yeah.
The Fox will definitely need to pay attention to it with only 1 reroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get to use his dodge rerolls, but
As
Monks
monks.
is a very, very good player, whatever team he uses.
Yeah.
And he's done really well with the dwarves.
But as the monks pointed out, they are no midgets.
I know, they're better. The coach structure.
Let's go for Bort. Bort's just come up, did you say?
Yeah, Board has just come up. He's fairly new to the league. You know, I
I
think this
think
is
he's
his
actually someone that was
season.
around a long time ago and has
Long time
returned.
and dropped out. Did he? Okay. I've known Board for a long time because I played him in another league.
It's
And
got just the one witch.
He's usually a Skaven coach, but he's gone with Dark Elves now.
He's just got the one witch, but a 12-man team. That's interesting. I'd like to see two because they can work nicely in tandem. But the blitzing quartet looks nice, very nice. 2 mighty blows from those. Yeah, we're getting shouts out about him being very good Skaven.
Yeah, when I played him, it was the guard players that frustrated me. So 3 guard players.
He's gone for the leap option. He has got 3 guards still, 2 on the blitzers. See, guard on the lineman, you can't turn it down. It always happens. It happened with mine in the league, and then I got strength up, and so he still has no block or dodge. And it's like you'd give anything for blodge on that guy, but you've got to take guard. Just gets punched in the face then. Kick early on, that's interesting to see. I normally prioritise that a lot lower down. It's a nice team. It's in development. I don't think it's ready just yet to challenge, but it's in development.
This is coming into this play pool is really going to be tough for him because of the other developed team.
Well, when I look at this, I mean, he's going to struggle against those dwarves. The 2 Wood Elf teams just seem to be better built than his at this moment. And then you're looking at, you know, Chaos, Necro, Norse and Khemri, who he can do a number on, but they're going to be tough games every season. Every game is going to be tough for those Dark Elves. For the Dark Elves. How the Chaos deal with the Bashir sides depends really on how they progress. If they open them up, that allows other teams to get through. Who's winning?
Who's winning? I think you're
I'm
going to
going
see
to go with the
Red.
2 pretty much opposite teams of either Rez or Humphrey.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
Humphrey's
Rez.
already proven he can be up there.
I think the dwarves going to get.
Spots I go that way too. Rez and Humphrey.
I think the dwarves going to get caught up in a couple of draws along the way, in the grind. So I think Rez will win it. Fox possibly in with a shout. I think Humphrey's got a good shout as well. I just think they might run out of gas towards the end when points are valuable. As for who's finishing bottom, Chase is saying Humphreys winning it. Me-Man's saying Humphreys is winning it. Everyone's saying him. Who's finishing bottom?
Unfortunately, I'm going to pick on Bort.
Yeah, and I think Board, you know, even though he's got a good team, it's just that
It's not ready for this
he's
pool.
not leveled up enough to compete with these guys.
Yeah. What I can ask though, Chase, you're here. What's happened with the snow troll? Is it on the buying agenda? Was it sacked? Do you not play with one?
Yeah. What happened to that? Yeah, did we? Think
We
it
need
got
to know.
killed?
We think
Chase,
it's
what
dead.
happened to your Yeti?
I didn't know this. I did not know this. But anyway, Chase, what happened to... I do apologise. People having different names. Why don't you have the right name? So Chase, what happened to this snow troll, this Yeti? Two died last season.
Yeah, I thought I saw one die, but I didn't.
Is
Wow.
the plan to, without giving your game away for the season, oh, you're looking to rebuild before you purchase a new one? I don't think the team's looking bad. You've got the odd niggle. The runner can't go, he's got to stay. And surely this other guy brings a lot of value to the team. Mm, depends, I suppose, on what the other. He's got two lovely elf winners, so maybe. See, this team could do a massive number on those elves. I do think it's the
They
Dark
could do
Elves
a
finishing
massive
bottom.
number on everyone.
Yeah. Although I think they'll struggle against the Dwarf matchups without the can opener that is, because eventually attrition kicks in.
Yeah, yeah, with the claw. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
claw.
Attrition kicks
And
in.
that gives him even footing with some of these other teams that have the high armor.
A few more guard on Chase's team, and Humphrey will struggle against
And
it.
the rest of his team looks pretty good. It does, yeah.
But he's asking for bench first, and let's be honest, if the Dwarfs don't get those removals, then the Norse has got movement advantage, and that can be enough. But yeah, I'm agreeing with the Dark Elves bottom. I don't think their team's quite ready just yet. Just yet. That is a great player pool to be in. The quality of coaches throughout this is brilliant.
Yeah, you might not see whoever leads this play pool. Actually, I have a high point count because of the trading of victories are probably a lot of ties. Maybe.
Yeah. It'd be an exciting one to watch. You can't ever count out Teddy, I know that. He'd be in the mix right to the end.
Teddy, I kind of got as the long shot. I mean, if things go right with him, with Camry, he positions well, but it's still a dice game, you know. And Camry are more susceptible to dice than any other team.
And missing that Tomb Guardian is going to hurt to start with. His running is big because they can control the Bashir sides and stop the elves doing what they want to do.
I'm looking forward to these
This one's going to be exciting.
Inducement though, because he's missing that guy.
Well, you could pick up a rookie or a loner Tomb Guardian, maybe.
A mercenary. Even,
yeah, that's it. That's it. Right, what's the last pool then? The last one.
DWF4.
DWF4.
Oh, first 4. Yeah, that was my first pro team. That was first 4.
Oh, I've gone to league settings.
I went into the pros. There's, I think, Beers and Sirius are the last two guys. That are left from the original one.
Right, let's just have a look. We've got Sirius Jet with his Necros, Beers and his Chaos Power, Rand and his Nurgle. Them two are always together. Them two are great. I love watching them two. DMD and his Dark Elves, the Colorado Celt and his Orcs, Rourke and his Wood Elves. That's another team I like. Sturm and his Vamps. I think they're the Vamps that I played in the playoffs. Finishing with Doomfrog and his Norse.
Sturm has moved up into the pros now with this one.
Let's just have a look. Any games played? Games are played. So we've got Norse have got a win against the Necros, and Georgia Goons beat ATX Longthorns.
Yeah.
So the Dark Elves lost against the Orcs.
Wade and Norse beat Hopeless.
So let's look at Sirius Jet and what he's got to offer. Wolf with a start. Wow, look at that.
And that Wolf is also leveled up, so it'll be interesting to see what he's got.
Wow, look at that movement 10 Wolf. And he's still got Mighty Blow good for good measures, so it's going to kill you from a long range on his own.
Yeah, he does the long strikes with them guys. I've seen him in the game. They'll run around your team and go and get the ball.
A lot of strength ups on this team, and it's not looking weak for it.
Well, the flesh golems, the flesh golems, you know, that number 3 is very nice position. Oh, Beers is going to join us. Beers is going to join us.
Oh,
that'll be exciting.
Beers, yeah.
5 to 10 minutes, he said, and he'll jump in. 2 walls are going to carry this team, and they're more than capable of doing it. But
well, I wouldn't dismiss either of the whites either.
No, I'm just looking at the 2 whites again. Oh, this is just filthy. Those four
The
players.
whites are. Everyone thinks his werewolves are key to his team, but you'd be surprised how many times his whites that he had on his team. See, he lost one, a white last year. I think he was killed, and but his whites, he would use them as key players to setting up scoring.
Yeah.
Well, Sleepless in Seattle's got Leap as well, so that's going to catch out opponents.
I think
Sleepless is has been has survived a couple of deaths too. You know, come back regenerated. You know.
Yeah.
And,
although that I've just spied with my little eye, that Sleepers in Seattle is close to retirement. 13 years of his career.
wow.
The player is old enough to retire and could lead squad each time in career.
Let's just, how old are these Wolves?
He's on the edge of retirement, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's an impact. That the Wolves are fine, that are young in their career, but that white disappears, and all of a sudden, it leaves it leaves a big gap in the team. Because you're absolutely right, your werewolves are your flair players. When I play Dark Elves, my blitzers are the backbone, the witches are the flair player, they bring that spark. And generally people see them as key players, and they are to a degree, but you can manage without them. It's those blitzing quartet you need. With this, it's the flesh columns and the whites to control that side of the game, allowing the werewolves to do what they got to do.
Right.
But yeah, he's a sweet player. I hope he makes till the end of the season at least. It'd be nice to finish on the season end. It's unfortunate you play one game, you got no bank, and then a player buggers off. It's like, well, if I'd known that, I could have transferred somebody in or something. Although, would you ever do that to a legend? Would you let him finish on the pitch?
I'd let him die or retire.
Well, Beers is looking to join us. Beers is looking to join us, so I'm going to say we skip the chaos and go to the Nurgle and Rand. Lots of tentacles and tails and weird and wonderful squiggly wormy things in that team.
A lot of strength up as well, again.
Beast, strength 6 beast with block, he's perfect the way he is. His two Nurgle warriors might as well be
just got
beasts.
block.
Oh, what else
It's
has
got
it got?
block and dodge.
What? How did it get injured then?
Dodge, guard, strength.
That's amazing. That's comical.
Walking bad. Wow. Yeah, he must have got injured before he got both of them, I would say.
No, he did get injured with it all, but...
How? What hit him? I want to meet the player that hit him. You've got, you know, the stinky presence, and then you've got to get through Blodge, past the strength 6, past the armor 9, and then roll a 10 to actually do any damage to him.
And he's got to fill the regen.
And yeah, that's horrendous.
Now, typically Nurgle, once they get developed, are a great defensive team.
Yeah.
And the thing is you have to be lucky enough on your rolls on the pestigores to make it, whether it's going to be an offensive thing.
Well, what I don't like, or do like, depending if I've got to play it, is the 2 strength 5 tentacles, the beast tentacles. They can tie teams down forever. Drunken Monk's saying it could have been a goblin throwing rocks from the crowd. It's pestigores, chicken pox. Poor buggers, movement 4.
Yeah, he has a level 2 stadium, but no enhancements.
No.
That's what I did. How many times I've had rocks throw up. kill. It seems they always throw it at the star player on the
Yes.
team.
Or
So
the guy,
I got the stadium to prevent the rush.
or they throw it at the guy that's going to score a one-turn touchdown or something silly like that.
Yeah.
Always, always, always. See, with this, they got nice warriors, got a great beast, but the pestigores, there's only two of them. One of them's great, one of them's lacking. He needs
Yeah,
replacing.
To be an offensive Nurgle team, you need all four pestigores.
Yeah, and the Rotters obviously have got nothing. This would be interesting to see where it goes. Rand is a good coach, mind. Rand is a good coach.
That's Nurgle. He likes to min-max them, despite hating that term for him, but
Yeah, you know, if
he does
see,
not like
he's got a
skills on his
bank there,
rotters.
so he can buy himself another pestigore and
Yeah.
to drop the a rotter. You know.
I think he... What is the cost of a festival, is it?
I think it's 70.
80, I think. 80.
80, is it?
I think
If
it
he
is.
gets lucky, he might be able to... In fact, he doesn't even get that lucky. He might be able to buy both
Are
festivals
either
after the first
77
game.
or 80 on a pestigore.
Here he is, his
There's
beers.
Mr. Beers.
Hey, Beers, what's the cost of a pestigore? 70 or
80.
80k.
They are 80. The problem with Rand's pestigores is they keep dying on them.
Yeah, we were just saying
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 80. They're 20 more than the Beastmen, and I think the Warriors are 10k more as well
Yeah.
than your regular Beastmen.
Well, let's jump out of this team. Let's go back to Beers' team, and then Beers can give us a lowdown.
Just leveled up.
Yeah. Beers has been here forever, and he won't go away.
Season
Why would you want him
6.
to go away?
Why would I go away?
He's a legend, is Beers.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I mean,
I've-
the only reason he should go away
Me
is
and
to get
Beers have
beers
had
for
some
everyone
really
else.
good games against each other when I was in the first floor.
Oh God. All right, go ahead, start ripping on me. What do you want to know?
No, they want to know the story behind your team. Tell us what do you
The Misfits?
in your strength.
They're the Misfits of the land of the Misfit toys, man, from the Rudolph story back in when that came out years and years and years ago. I based it off of that. Just a bunch of random names and team players, but when they were on the tabletop, when I originally started, all the players had different colored armor, and none of them were the same, and that was the original story behind them. They were the
Just to
they're
let
the
you know,
chaos of Misfits.
Tripwrist has turned up and Death is coming with him, apparently.
What?
I know. He said just Death is
Yeah,
coming.
Tripper says death is coming. Is that a threat?
I hope not. I'm playing him tomorrow.
I've got to say,
I
I
don't have
love
to worry about Trip. He went back east. I don't have to worry about him.
Oh, he did go back east.
Yeah, he went back east. Now we only got Chase and Zoom.
Let's have a look at these guys. How old are these? How many are due to retire? Oh, he's not.
There's, let's see, season 6 these guys started. You got 2 left that are originals. Makes and Trish. Trish has never missed a game in the Misfits have played, even in the farm when they first started.
Never missed a game.
Never missed a game, nope. Played
Wow.
every game the Misfits have played.
Well,
Call
Trish
me
has
Iron
got
Man.
11 seasons. Is that Willowtail? And
Yulo came in season 8, I think.
well, Kettle won, and is that Willow or something? Willowtail? They've both played 11 seasons also.
Kettle came. He played in a tournament, in a charity tournament, and then eventually
Right.
he came from the farm to here.
Oh, I see.
He's at about 6 seasons, 7 seasons now.
But yeah, not to miss a single game. That would be quite an achievement to... Obviously, we don't want him to retire yet, but retire having never missed a single game.
Yeah,
Ni-
Trish Rustless is his name. I'm working on
94
a story for him,
games.
but I don't want to publish it because I don't want to jinx him.
Yeah.
You need to maintain your home
But
state.
yeah, never missed a game. And you got Oops, who's an original name from the tabletop team. He was actually a goblin back then when you were out allies on teams.
Yeah. That must have been
He's
back
going
at
to
second
eventually
edition.
just I think third, if I'm not mistaken. Because they got rid of it after third edition. That was a long time ago, though.
Well, I missed third edition. I played second. I still got my first edition box set with the little paper cards, but I didn't play third edition.
Yeah, I played first edition back when I was in college.
Yeah, and you could. I remember having a team of all sorts of weird and wonderful races back in the days when you had animosities and something else, dislike or something like that, or hatred on your players. So dwarves add animosity to elves, but elves wouldn't team with chaos or something like that. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. Back in the good old days. No, I like this team. I like this team. This team's, like I say, this division, just going back, is full of, I don't know, old quality teams that have been around forever.
And
I
Rand.
like it.
Let's get Rand.
And Rand.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the Dark Elves. DMD. Where are they?
Dark Elves. This guy,
Wow.
he's got some great players on his team, but if you ever see him play, he is probably the guy that really goes out and does some risky stuff. I mean, really risky stuff a lot of times. It's
Well,
like go for
explains
broke
the number
every
of
time
plays.
with the way he plays.
Oh, he goes balls to the wall, man. No doubt about it.
Well, you look at
Go
the
big or
team.
go home.
He's got 1600 TV for 6 players. One of them's missing, so that's 1800 TV on 7 players. That's just bonkers.
He learned from Rez.
And like you say,
yeah, right. You learn from Rez, but he takes a lot more risks than Rez does.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rez will never ever do the crazy things with ATX. ATX is, I'm going to try to win right away. And sometimes he pays for it. Because
Yeah.
of that.
an assassin's an interesting choice. As a Dark Elf coach, I love the concept of them. I just can't see a place for them in a team. They're missing in something. I think if they was movement 7, then I would have them, but
yeah, it's like, I played the Dark Elf too, and I have a Dark Elf tabletop team too, and not just just part of the team, but as far as usefulness, it's I'd say it's one of the weaker players in the
well,
team.
he is the weakest player. I mean, you swap in 20k over a lineman for less armor and 2 skills that Shadow on the movement 6 is never great, because anything that's slow enough is just going to punch you in the face, and stab's a very gimmicky skill at best.
Very terrible skill. I never find stab to work for.
Don't get me wrong, some days stab's amazing.
You have to play stab against halflings or
Wood elves.
goblins, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've played an assassin Dark Elf team before with Wood Elves on tabletop, and the assassinate just dominated the entire game and won it single-handedly.
Wow, that's unusual because I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. much.
I've tried it myself with a pair of assassins and bumped into Amazons, and again, they've been absolutely terrifying because it stops the Amazons doing what they need to do. But other than that, they're worthless.
I could see it against the Amazons because of the blodge.
Yeah, and the movement 6.
It's easier to take them down with a stab than it is to actually block.
The most useful thing I can see with an assassin, just before you score, you blitz with the assassin, because it's a free hit. Stab something. I have taken down a tree that way and an ogre that way, but I've missed more than I've got. Believe you me.
Yeah.
It's a throwaway. It's a throwaway action. As far as the team goes, though, it is. You can tell it's it's going to cause you problems. It's going to go shit or bust big time.
Yeah.
I don't think they're winning titles, but they're definitely not finishing in the bottom.
The only thing I would, if I was going to have the assassin on the team, is to add diving tackle with them because of the shadow and the diving tackle.
Yeah. I did have one as an experiment in a league team, and I managed to get movement 8 on him. Then he started to have value, but I needed 4 skills in the movement 8 block and dodge before, you know, he stopped being a liability, and that's a lot of investment in a player that's shit for those first 4 levels.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I like this team, but I don't like this team at the same time for 2 very different reasons. They're just going to cause you all sorts of headaches, but it's also going to go wrong one game. They're going to be interesting to watch.
Now it looks, I kind of remember him having some more dodge on his, I mean not dodge, guard on his team. And when he did have guard on his team, it was really then difficult to play.
Yeah, I think they're on linemen, but obviously we know what happened to them.
Yeah, they got killed. I think his guard guys got killed.
I'd like to sit and watch this team, because this is the sort of team you could be watching play and you can think, what's he going to be doing now? And then be just shouting at the screen, what the fuck's he playing at? And he's just pulling off bullshit left, right and centre, and I just think it'd be hilarious to watch, but not enjoyable to play against. It would be enjoyable, that's the wrong words, but you know what I mean. You don't want to be playing those and what the fuck's going on? How do you defend against bullshit? Especially when you've got them sorts of stats. Let's have a look at the Orcs, the Celts, the Colorado Celts as the coach. No troll.
Now, was it Jarts? They were in the finals, right?
Were they?
did, yeah. This team's made the playoffs back-to-back season, and they went to the finals last season.
Wow. That's a nice team.
Very well coached, very well put together.
Yeah, solid. Very solid. Couple of blodging back Orcs, just for giggles. Couple of stand firm. That stops one-turners nicely. So these played Gerd in the final, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a
He
look.
almost had him. If it weren't for a few bad rolls, he would have
1-0
definitely
win.
made a good game of that.
Well, Gerd's got that one-turn in monster. I wonder if that had any impact on that touchdown. I didn't see the final myself, see. Well, if they've been to the pro final, you know that they're made of. You know what the coach is made of. They mean business.
It's the amount of guard on his team is what makes this team so
and so it should be
difficult to play.
They're, in my opinion, they're one guard short. They should have another guard on Far Cry. Pass block, interesting. Pass blocking Orc.
It's like you couldn't. It was hard to get anything more than a one die block on this team.
Yeah. And
He
that's
outguards
what.
me, and it was a pain in the butt last season. And I don't usually get outguarded unless I play dwarves.
No.
I play against dwarves. Sorry.
This is the thing, and
when you are
this team
only
just
strength 3, you're dealing
mind-boggles.
with guys who's strength 4.
Yeah,
And we
mind
were-
boggles just a chaos team with this much guard.
we was talking about this yesterday, and you know the and the claw teams and the Mighty Blow claw starts and all the rest of it, and going for guard quick. If they can't get the hits in, they can't remove players, and guard wins games. It stops hits coming in, protecting players, and actually increases the life of players. I believe, anyway.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. That's what even the Misfits have been built that way constantly. Oh, yeah, okay, maybe after the first couple levels, then it's guard, no matter what. Might be block, mighty blow, then guard, block, whatever. You know what I mean? Guard's usually that third skill or second skill sometimes, right? Just
Yes.
you get more control out of the game, and for Colorado, his team, that's how it's built, and that's how it dominates. Like
Yeah.
he dominates when he plays games because he just. With the strength, with the guard, with the other skills that come with it, you got to start picking at players, and the rest of them will just pick on you in return.
Yeah. And the blitzing quartet's what I look for in an orc team to do the business, and they certainly can. The Black Orcs are you're stalwart, and they say, you know, you ain't going past, you're not going to get you to push us around. A Troll, I can see why some people leave it at home, but they can add to that Black Orc, and it's got everything it needs to just do exactly that.
This is one team that doesn't fear dwarves.
No,
Because of that.
Right? That they do not. There's not many teams that this team actually fears minus claws working.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think also you've got to... Orcs need to be the dwarves' natural predator, because if they are not, there's a problem. Because dwarves will start doing stuff they want to do. You got Dio, who's being very quiet. I guarantee he wouldn't want to be playing this. But most teams, most bash teams, he's thinking, I can outguard this, I can outposition this, and therefore I can outplay this. But this one would be horrendous.
I always struggle against other bash teams.
Yeah.
Especially ones that have more guard, because they've got the extra strength that dwarves don't have, which forces you to rely more on Dauntless.
Just Tripp's messaging me. He's going to have to postpone our game tomorrow. So we're just trying to work out another idea. It won't be Thursday because I'm playing Blood Bowl Tabletop. I've got our semi-final for our league. So let's go to Roik and his tree dogs.
dogs.
This team's in trouble.
Was it he in the playoffs?
This tree.
Wasn't
Got me.
Why are we?
Let me have a quick look. Hold on.
Why are we saying this tree's in trouble?
This team's in trouble.
Why is that?
Olympus Risen. I don't think they did make the playoffs. No, I can't remember
he? Okay.
if they did or not. Well, they play. I think maybe a bowl game. Maybe I can't remember exactly what they.
Yeah, I thought
don't think they did. Oh, I could be wrong, which is normal. No, I said this team's in trouble because I do believe they start off against Rans Nurgle, and then I think they have me next. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look it up, but that's a tough start for them. Too heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got tentacles and all that coming at that one, and then the next you got tons of tackle and tail coming at them. Like it's not what what elf coach wants.
Rand don't have. He was short on Pestigores. No, I mean ball handler. That's where
so
Rand's got the problem, and if you don't pick up the ball, then he is in trouble.
I noticed. I've just noticed his number one catcher is running with dump off, block, nerve steal, and pass. That's three doubles.
You're not gonna hit him.
That's three doubles picked up in 4 skills.
The ball, he'll dump it off. Yeah.
You know, his thrower, agility 5, movement 8. He's shifting the ball. What? 13 squares with a 2+ roll. Give it to that guy who can then move another 8. That's 21 squares on a 2+ and a 2+ with reroll. Both of them got rerolls. And then if you do hit him, he chucks it to the other catcher stood nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This team's nicely built. Don't get me wrong. This team's very nicely built.
He just don't have the quite outrageous stats that like Rez has on his team.
No, the ones he does got kind of makes a difference, right? 2 strengths. How many movements? 1, 2, 3 movements.
1 on the tree.
Agility thrower. That's huge.
Having a full team can sometimes be better than just a few stars, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Demon Shot says that all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know, you have a whack mask of skills over stat ups, you know, you're getting way more for your buck in the end.
Well,
Right?
we was
So,
talking exactly the same yesterday. Exactly the same thing. And I was saying to Muir yesterday, today in the private chat on Discord, that his team, whilst it's got the potential to be great, he needs to build it correctly. He needs to be putting skills on those players without skills. Otherwise, it's going to become 2 or 3 players, like the Dark Elf team, that are going to carry it till they die, and then that's going to happen. I've gone further with teams that have had no doubles and stat ups, elf teams these are, because they can get everything they need otherwise. You don't need to be having guards and mighty blow, it's luxury. You don't need stat ups, it's luxury. What you need is your base skills. But that movement 3, there's 2 in this division, isn't there? Interestingly enough, no, there's only the one. I'm thinking of another division. Interesting enough, this division's got the tools to take that tree down and keep it down. And that's for the chaos. No, I mean, I don't know. You're the chaosy coach, but I wouldn't be touching. It does. I wouldn't be entertaining that tree unless I had claw, and in which case I'd be saying, right, let's get it out of the way. I don't know.
The main reason I hit a tree is because it's unlikely to get back up.
Exactly, and when you've got claw and mighty blow, it's unlikely to get up.
Jump up.
Yeah, it's the claw and the mighty blow that makes it unlikely to get up again. For a dwarf coach, I wouldn't go near it, or the orcs. But the chaos and the Nurgle, potentially, because it's a big thorn in their side, pun intended.
damn trees, they all suck. Nobody likes trees.
I like trees. Right, let's have a look at next. Sturmjarl and his vampires. I played this team in the playoffs quarterfinals, and they scared the bejeebers out of me looking at them. On paper, this team is causing problems everywhere. That less shots is just phenomenal. He's a perfect throw. He needs, in my opinion, needs to be the ball carrier. Everything goes through him, and then those vamps don't move much, but when they do move, you're in trouble. I was fortunate that they almost self-destructed. You saw the match, Dio. The dice just turned on him at the wrong times. I had to be professional about the job, but this team's going to cause problems if you're not careful. Thanks for the input, guys. I appreciate that.
No, you don't upset at all.
Sorry, I got a message there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to playing this team at
No,
all.
if the dice work,
These
you're
are some
losing
nice-
this game.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
the question I have is, if you were to play a vampire team, would you play with 5 vampires or 4?
6 eventually. That's the end game, I think. You look at what V-Power's doing. But I think what when I played the vampires, to start off, they were so poor, it's unreal. But you need to be picking up dodge so that they've got mobility with built-in rerolls. Obviously you block, so you can be blocking. It's not a built-in reroll, but it teams up with when you're hitting stuff, having it. It's getting as many built-in rerolls as you possibly can, so that then you don't have to use the rerolls for silly little things like dodging, but more importantly, if you bite and chew and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like the 5th and the 6th usually comes in when the other 4 are developing higher. You know, they're getting the dodge, they're getting the pro, they're getting those built-in rerolls, saving your normal rerolls. So when you do bring in an extra, when you bring in the rookies, they can, your rerolls are kind of go toward them because the other one's got all their built-in reroll skills.
I mean, you
Then
look
you can
at
bring it up to 5 and 6.
Yeah, you look at this team. For me, the 4 vamps 1, 2, 3, and 5 have all got blodge early on. He did take dodge first on number 5 for mobility. Number 1, Hillary of Clinton. I'm not sure about that.
I like the leader on this team. You can never have enough rerolls.
Pro is some people say for show.
Yeah, they need the rerolls actually because of.
But for me,
I like
I think
Pro
that was a
for
transfer. I'm not
plus.
going to lie. So.
Bull Pro for me, you put on an agility 5 because your agility 5 is your gazer. And therefore, if you fail gaze, sling in the Pro because it's a free chance at a reroll. You're not going to waste a reroll on that. But those two, I'd like to see Pro on both of them eventually, if you can afford to. He's got leap on that, horrendous. What's he need leap for? The other two blodgers, great, can't fault that. And then you've got your killer, who wants to be picking up tackle early, I think, next. And then looking at removing.
Yeah, I would have taken tackle over the guard there.
Yeah, I think less shots, the Thrall, he's the ball carrier. Because then you can move him, do what you need to do. That Thrall is worth investing in. When I played him...
hands on him, look out.
Yeah.
I kind of seen him play a few times, and he's kind of like a quarterback, you know.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, when I played him, I didn't get very many shots at him or hits on him. But if the opportunity was there, I wanted to remove that Thrall because that Thrall was dangerous.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I'm looking for. I'll take a hit on him over the vampires any day.
Yeah, armor 7. He's got no.
There's no built-in rerolls on him. Right?
Nope.
You go at him. Look out.
Well, next skill for that Thrall, I'd be looking at sure hands. Kick-off return could be nice. Being a slow team, I don't know. I'm not a vampire coach at heart. I tried it. I found it so frustrating. Looking for that double in dodge. You know, hat goes off
well, we'll
to
see.
anybody.
They play the Misfits week 1, so...
Wow,
Now,
that'd be
the
interesting.
only thing I don't see any at all in this team is just the fact they don't have tackle.
No.
You know?
No tackle, only the one guard, but those vamps are just sick and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with Vampire Team, tackle needs to come later on because there's so many other priorities.
Can't take it early.
No. Let's have a look at Doomfrog and his Norse, another quality coach.
And this team just pommeled the Hopeless Necromantics last night. So
Did
I think
they?
it was last night. Yeah. They absolutely
You could
demolished
hear
them.
Jess screaming all the way here.
Yeah. It was. They had a chance to tie it, but in the end it didn't work. But this team just kept pounding on them, doing what Norse do best.
So that runner stands out as a superhero amongst the team. Number 6.
Yeah.
He's got Dauntless in there, but Strength 4 Dauntless is absolute sweet spot. Blodging, what else has he got? The agility up's always nice. Sure hands. As an elf coach, you're looking at sure hands. Can I strip the ball? Well, you can't, and even then it's 2 dice uphill. You don't need the extra guy in the middle.
And he's got catch for that AG4 thrower.
Yeah. You know, as a bash coach, you're thinking, how am I going to get that 1 dice or that guard assist in on that guy? With the guard he's got, it's not as much as the Orcs, but I don't think you're going to get 2 dice on him in a hurry. You need to remove the rest of the team first, which is doable. They're only on 7 after all.
Oh. Yeah, the dreaded Armor 7 that plays like Armor 15.
Yeah, I know.
Indeed.
How many times I've played the Nars and you can't break their armor. I said, what the hell's going on here?
So, the question for you guys then is, who's winning this division? The unanswerable, I think.
Oh, I know who I'm taking. Same guy I took last season, too.
I'm going for beers. The Misfits.
Yeah, right. you do realize we never come with our armor, right? So.
They had a good season, and then the people says, "Oh, they're gonna win it," and they put the curse on them.
Yeah, right. We never come with our armor anyway, so it doesn't matter. But thanks there, Dio. I appreciate that. For me, it's Colorado all the way. Colorado's got this cool lock, line, sinker, unless Misfits and Rand and Justy can get that claw working.
Made the trip to the finals, and he still has a crazy team.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Roik and his Wood Elves do well. but he's got to get through those first few games. The Orcs, they don't... Fear's maybe the wrong word, but they don't need to fear too much in this player pool because the guard protects what the claw's going to do. So I think I'm going to have to
open
go
up
with
against the Dark Elves.
Yeah, I think, and they beat them. The goons are going to be the for me.
Yeah, they did 2-0. Oh, I didn't even know that game played.
Who's finishing last?
Oh, the Misfits. Yeah, totally the Misfits.
No, if the dice betray him or DM double.
I'm thinking
It's
DM.
ATX, I think, because he just don't have a complete team right now.
It's not just that, he's playing balls to the wall in every game. That's going to catch up on you, and once that spiral starts going down, it's so hard to recover from. Unless
Well, this is his second time up in the pros now. He was relegated two seasons, maybe 3 at most. I think it was 2.
Yeah,
He was relegated,
second time. Yes.
and then now he's back again. So,
but all of these teams
you
have
can't
got...
count them out.
No, you can't. And all of these teams have got what it takes to deal with that style of play if they're aware of it, which hopefully they are because they're watching this and now they know all about it. They'll be able to put in defensive measures. No idea. It just could be 11 random things going on. I enjoy doing it. It's a good chat with you guys, and you know, we get to see all these wonderful players and teams. But yeah, I think DM is going to finish bottom. It's going to be close. The whole division is going to be close. I don't think there's going to be much in it. The Colorado Celt could open up a gap if fortune favours them. Otherwise, it's going to be tight.
You could see a lot of ties in this one.
Yeah.
You definitely could see a lot of ties in this pool.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that too. This pool's just set up to just one mistake and you're going to pay.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
There's so many quality teams, so many quality coaches. Like that first 4, you know, you got Jess, you got me, you got Rand, and you got Colorado. Like the 4 of us,
And then,
if we're not beating on each other, we're punishing each other in other ways. You know, like it's,
the ones that you probably won't see the ties on is like the Vamps and the 2 Elf teams.
No.
They're either win or lose.
Yeah.
that's true too. But at the same time, you know, the one roll of the dice and boom, the game's tied. You know, they can get screwed all game long and just need one tie because the rest of the teams besides Jess are pretty slow. So they could be down 1-0 with 2 turns left because they're elves and zip, we got a tie game at the end, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the players they have on those teams.
Even quick snap, 1-turn touchdown type stuff. It's done. It's done. That's going to be an exciting. There's a couple of 3 really. I think, in fact, all the pro pools this season, from in my mind's eye, are really tight and really good groups of quality coaches looking to just thrash it out. And it's hard to pick winners and losers. It really is. I mean, you've got a couple of standouts. The Colorado Celt stands out a bit. In my player pool, let's just find it. I don't even know what.
And of course, you got superstar Gerd. You know,
That's where I'm looking at. You look at Gerd.
He's got to play Gerd.
I can't wait to play Gerd. It's going to be great fun. But you look at the Gerd's team itself. You know, he's a quality coach. Take nothing away from him. But how do you lose games when you've got his movement 10 gut runner on the field? He's tying up any loss into a draw straight away. And any, you know, draw is tying into a win. And he's got the bench and deep enough team to be able to protect him. It's, you know, you can take nothing away from the guy. He'd do it anyway, but that scares me in that respect. It'd be a great game, but that player turns draws into wins and losses into draws. So I think he'll run away there. But otherwise, I think the pro pools, they're so close, all of them.
Yeah, especially that first pro pool that we reviewed. That was so tight that that was
very much so.
Really close. It was hard to pick a winner now.
Yeah, I look forward to. I mean, we'll have to catch up again as always as the season finishes, and have a look at who's made the playoffs and pick our winners from that. Because it'll be interesting to see. It really will. See who's made it and who's not.
I've struggled to pick out a winner and loser in pretty much every pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Except for your one, you picked out the loser in that.
Yeah, that's because I know who's going to lose that one. I'm coming back to CL.
He's homesick.
You're so confident, so confident. Right,
I hear you
guys.
though, Dion. I'm in the same boat, brother.
I'm
Never get
gonna
relegated. I've done it 3 times now.
I'm
Yeah,
going
good
to
time.
I can't say nothing there. Misfits have been in the pros since season 8. We haven't gone back, so we were close to
Yeah.
1 season. That's it.
Yeah.
That was the season I got relegated.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I've just found out in another league playoff, I now have to play Humphreys Magoo, so that'd be interesting.
You'll get to see how good he plays.
So yes, right. I'm going to call it a night anyway, guys. Thanks for joining us. The previews were done a bit quicker than before. We spent less time talking shit. I think it's because Rand wasn't about.
Right.
But there's
We're
very
also
little.
missing one.
That's
playpool
massive.
too.
That's massive. I mean, I know we did 4 yesterday. I think 2 nights of 4 is a bit much. We did spend 2 hours yesterday, but we're not getting much fluff coming through. It's difficult, but it's also nice to seeing the same teams, and we're starting to become. Well, me personally, since I've taken over doing this, I think this is the 3rd time with you guys. Starting to now see the same players and the same teams, and the history starts to become ingrained. Whereas relying on that from others, I'm loving it. I really am. So I
It
appreciate.
probably doesn't help that I forget that people send me fluff.
And then it doesn't help that you can't read
Also,
it.
you had trouble reading that one that you got
Yeah.
from London.
I could read it fine, you just didn't write very much. I had to fluff it up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got your chuckles out of it.
So what you're saying is it wasn't your reading that's the problem. He can't write.
Of course not, he's from London.
Was it in crayon or something like that?
Cheers, monk.
Crayon.
Yeah. He takes
He
it.
possibly got his daughter to write it. I'm not going to say anything.
Right, guys. I'm going to call it a night there.
Yeah, good night.
And I will see you on the field soon, if not the end of the season. Good luck to all of you fine gentlemen and those that watched.
Yes, good luck.
Good
See you
night.
later.